A very big thank you to all Sedgemoor District Council staff and councillors for everything you've done over the past 4 months. I think it's fair to say that we've had a really tough time of it, but I'm pleased to say Sedgemoor have worked tirelessly to put in place everything the government expected of it, and I'm pleased to say did an excellent job and much more as well, well over and above what was expected. A lot of our staff were asked to take on different roles, and they did that admirably, so well done everybody. Thank you.
Hear, hear.
I believe we're going to have a roll call now of councillors, so you can hear us and we can hear you. Andrew, Melanie, over to you for the next part. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you very much, members. I just wanted to remind members that the meeting is being held under the recent regulations to allow us to hold remote meetings, and everything today, hopefully everybody can hear what's going on. If there is a technical failure, then we will have to just have a short break in the proceedings. Just to remind everyone, this meeting is recorded and is being made available on the council's YouTube channel. What we would ask is that you can put your microphones onto mute and keep your cameras on, and when you're asked to speak, then unmute your microphone to speak at the meeting. At the bottom left-hand side of the screen is the instant messaging facility. If you need to attract the attention of the chairman or one of the officers supporting the meeting today, please could you make use of that facility. And just to confirm, as the chairman said, there are no members of the press or public present at the meeting. So the meeting today will be held as per the agenda that's been circulated.
Good afternoon, members. I'll now call out the name of each member in turn and ask you to introduce yourself and confirm that you can see and hear the meeting, please. So if I could start with Councillor Barber, please.
Good afternoon, Chairman. Good afternoon, everybody. District Councillor for Burnham Central.
Thank you. And if you could just confirm you can see and hear the meeting.
Oh, yeah, definitely can see everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Councillor Bartlett. No. Okay, I'll move on. Councillor Bayliss. No, Councillor Bayliss.
Councillor Bayliss has a medical appointment. He's expecting to join us when that's concluded, and gives apologies if not. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Betty.
Good afternoon, Chairman and everyone. I'm Councillor Auntie Betty from the King's Isle Ward, and I can hear and see everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Bolt.
Good afternoon, Chairman and everybody. Brian Bolt, Ward Councillor for Cannington Wemden. I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Bradford.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and all members. I can hear and I can see everything very clearly, and I'm representing the parish of North Petherton. Sorry, the town of North Petherton. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Bruce. Councillor Bruce? No? Okay. Councillor Caswell. Councillor Caswell? No? Okay. Councillor Clayton.
Hi. Yes, Councillor Peter Clayton, Chairman of Council, Burnham North. Yes, I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Cordiner.
Councillor Cordiner here, just to confirm that I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Costello.
Afternoon all. Yes, I can see and hear you all, and Ward Councillor for Wedmore and Mark. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor Crow, sorry.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members. Barry Crow representing Puriton and Wollavington, and I can see and hear all.
Thank you. Councillor Duddridge.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chairman. Good afternoon, everybody. Councillor Duddridge, member for Bridgewater, Victoria, and also executive member. I can see and hear everything clearly. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Dyer. Councillor Dyer? No. Councillor Facey, please.
Good afternoon, Chairman. Good afternoon, everybody. Councillor Mike Facey, Burnham-on-Sea North, and the present mayor in his role as a town councillor of Burnham-on-Sea. Had to get that one in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Filmer.
Good afternoon, Councillor Bob Filmer, Councillor for Knoll Ward, and I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Finneran.
Yes, Ward Councillor for Cheddar and Shipham, and yes, I can see and clear everything and hear everything clearly. Thank you, Melanie.
Thank you very much. Councillor Gibson. Councillor Gibson? No. Okay. Councillor Gilling.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I can. Councillor Gilling, member for the Knoll Ward and executive member. I can also hear and see everything clearly. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Glassford. Councillor Glassford was on the line, but I don't know whether he's disappeared. Okay. Councillor Godwin Pearson.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members. Councillor Godwin Pearson here from Axvale. I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Grimes.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, Councillor Tony Grimes from Barrow. I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Harvey. Councillor Harvey? No? Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, Burnham Central. Yeah. Councillor Harvey, Burnham Central, can see and hear everything.
Thank you, Councillor Harvey. Councillor Healy.
Good afternoon, Chairman. Good afternoon, members. Mark Healy, Ward Member for Puriton and Wallabington, also Executive Member. I can hear and see everything.
Yeah. Thank you. Councillor Hendry.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
Afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Sedgemoor District Councillor Alistair Hendry, and yes, I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Hayward.
Councillor for Eastover Ward, yes, I can see and hear everything perfectly.
Thank you. Councillor Keane. No. Okay. Councillor Kingham.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. Yes, I'm Stuart Kingham, Ward Member for the West Poldens, and I can hear and see all.
Thank you. Councillor Levy. No. Okay. Councillor Lilly.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members. It's Rachel Lilly, Wyndham Ward Member. I can hear, but I cannot see anything. I'm having problems logging in, so I'll keep trying. In the meantime, I'll be on the phone.
Okay, thank you. Councillor McGinty.
Yep, thank you very much, Melanie. Councillor for East Polden Ward, Leader of the Council, and I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Matthews.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Yes, I can see and hear everything.
Thank you. Councillor Methley.
Yes, Councillor Methley for Cheddar and Shipham. I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Murphy.
Yes, Councillor Murphy, Burnham North, can see and hear you all.
Thank you. Councillor Pay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I can see and hear everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Pearce.
Yep, thank you. Councillor Cathy Pearce, Westover Ward, Bridgewater.
Thank you. And I'm assuming you can see and hear everything.
Yes, I can. Sorry.
Thank you. Councillor Perry.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, Councillor Liz Perry of the King's Isle Ward, and I can confirm I can hear and see everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Redman. No to Councillor Redman. Okay, Councillor Evans.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, Mrs. Wellman. Yes, I can see and hear everything. Councillor Bill Revens from North Petherton Ward and Leader of the Liberal Democrat Group.
Thank you very much. Councillor Riches.
Good afternoon, Chairman. Good afternoon, members. I can see and hear everything from Shipham and Cheddar Ward.
Thank you very much. Councillor Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, all. Yes, I can see and hear you, Bridgewater, Dunwell.
Thank you. Councillor Scott.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, all. It's Councillor Liz Scott from the Axvale ward, and I can confirm I can see and hear everyone. Thank you.
Councillor Slocum.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Melanie. Councillor Jill Slocum, Deputy Leader, Portfolio Holder for Inward Investment and Growth, and the Wyndham Ward. I can confirm I can see and hear you very clearly. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Smedley.
Councillor Brian Smedley, leader of the Labour Group, Councillor for Westover Ward. I can see everything, but several members of my group are still struggling to connect. I think that's not a particularly good state of affairs. I'd also ask you to note that Councillor Redman has sent his apologies because he's still at the county meeting.
Okay, thank you very much. Councillor Wong.
Yeah, this is Councillor Wong, representing North Pepperton. I can hear and see everyone.
Thank you. Councillor Woodman. No, I imagine Councillor Woodman may also be at the county meeting. I believe that Councillor Dyer has now joined the call.
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay, thank you very much, Councillor Dyer. Councillor Keane, I understand, has also joined the call.
Yes, thank you. I can see and hear you.
Excellent, thank you. And Councillor Levy as well.
Yes, Councillor Levy, Hamp Ward. I can see and hear you.
That's lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. If we could do the same routine for officers, if we could start with Alison Griffin. Available.
Good afternoon. Alison Griffin, Chief Executive, and I can see and hear everybody well. Thank you.
Thank you. And Doug Bamsley.
Good afternoon, Doug Bamsley, Strategic Director. I can see and hear you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bob Brown.
Sorry, he's not present, Chairman.
Right, thank you. Melanie.
Yes, Melanie Wellman, Legal Advisor to Full Council and Monitoring Officer, and I can hear and see everything.
Thank you. Alison Turner.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Alison Turner, Assistant Director, Finance and Property in the Council Section 151 Officer. I can confirm I can see and hear everybody.
Excellent, thank you. And Andrew Melhewish.
Yes, thank you very much, Chairman. Andrew Melhewish from Democratic Services and the Committee Support Manager for Full Council this afternoon.
And I can spot Duncan Harvey as well. You're with us today.
Good afternoon, Leader and members. I'm Duncan Harvey. I'm the Housing Development Manager at Sedgemoor, and I can hear and see everything. Thank you.
Any other officers with us today, Andrew? Or was that...
There are other officers in attendance from my team. I've got Layla and Steve from my team. They're just here providing support. So just be aware that they are on the call.
Yeah, thank you. Just a reminder, if you have any questions on the agenda items, if you could put it in the chat that you wish to speak, that would be very useful. I'll try and keep an eye on it, but I'm sure others will help me out if not. And Claire Fawn is here as well, I believe. Claire. Thank you. Okay.
I can see and hear everybody.
Excellent, thank you. If we move on to the agenda proper then, could I take apologies?
Apologies, Chairman. Yes, it's Alison Griffin. I've just received 2 apologies today, one from Councillor Will Human and also Councillor Graham Granter.
Thank you. And Councillors Bartlett and Bruce are now in, apparently. Councillor Bartlett, are you able to speak?
Hi, yeah, I'm here.
Thank you. And Councillor Bruce?
Yes, hi, I can see and hear everything now, thank you. Right,
we'll go on to interest then. Could I point out where a member of the committee has a disclosable pecuniary interest or prejudicial interest, they'll be required to leave the Skype meeting by ending the call, and Democratic Services will invite them back in at the appropriate time. Thank you. So, declarations of interest, anybody? Just give that a few seconds in case.
Yes, Chairman.
Janet Key here. With the items on the agenda, I think it's at 6 and 7 and 8, I'm not sure whether that would require a declaration of interest, because I'm a member of Homes in Sedgemoor. Other housing providers are mentioned. I would appreciate legal advice on that.
I would advise you to declare a personal only interest, Councillor King.
Thank you very much.
Okay, no other declarations?
Yeah, please, Chair, if I could, Councillor Dudridge, declare a personal interest in the same items as I'm also a board member of Homes in Sedgemoor. Thank you.
Tell them that I've just arrived.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Melanie, what did we decide on the North Newton one?
If you feel that you're biased and predetermined on that one, then you wouldn't take part. We won't note it as an interest, but we will note that you won't be taking part in that item, and you'll leave for consideration of it.
Right. So I was abstaining. Okay then. Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Any further declarations? I think that's about it, so we'll move on to the minutes, page 1 to 10. I'll take these as a true and accurate record unless somebody actually speaks and says they're not. Has anybody got any issues with any page? Yeah, I think that's so moved then. I'll sign those as a true and accurate record. Thank you. Chairman's announcements, I haven't really got any. I'll leave that till the next meeting. Obviously, with things being as they are, I haven't attended a great deal, apart from the new pilot boat, but I'll go into that in the next meeting. Thank you. Public speaking, I don't believe there is anybody to speak today. No. So we'll go straight into item 6 then, housing revenue account, Tuckerton Lane, North Newton. Councillor McGuinty, you're going to take this one, I believe. You're going to propose it.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm happy to propose the 3 recommendations on the order paper today, committing a budget, agreeing the funding for these new HRA homes, and to agree to waive contract procedure rules. As the developer already has exchanged contract to purchase the land, it's not feasible to conduct a competitive procurement exercise at this time. Thank you.
And we have a seconder for that in Jill Slocum, I believe. Would you like to confirm that?
That's confirmed, Chairman. Thank you. I'll second that.
I'll open this up to members. Any debate on this, members? Councillor Brian Smedley.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I'd just like to make the point that it's a strange first council meeting that we've got back here. The only 2 key issues we're talking about today relating to planning and house building. And I appreciate the second item is exempt, so I won't refer to that now. I'll just talk about the general points here. The case in point is the delivery of affordable homes at a time of a housing crisis and a climate emergency. So our policy is obviously to support such building, new homes, in particular council-owned properties, which this is, and on brownfield sites in particular, but with renewed attention to the carbon footprint and sustainable nature of these homes, and crucially with the necessary infrastructure. So a little bit concerned in the case of the item relating to North Newton. It's not a particularly sustainable location with poor bus services and so on. And these are obviously planning matters, but the general point I'd like to make really is, of course, these are planning issues and not to be considered now, but I would ask planners in future to think about these things. Corporate Scrutiny is looking at the infrastructure issue that has bedeviled several of our planned housing developments over the whole district. And when it comes to looking at things like this, we do have lots of houses to build, of course, but we do really need to think about sustainability and the delivery of the appropriate infrastructure. So whilst we're building affordable houses, and we need those houses, and we're trying to meet climate change agenda on this, I would ask planners to think seriously in future about the delivery and where they put them. Thank you.
Do you want to respond to that now, Duncan? Leader?
Thank you. I'm just saying, yep, they are planning issues. They're well made. We've just spent some considerable period going through the refresh of the local plan, which takes into account both sustainability and new house build methods and the need to provide houses close to existing infrastructure. And I hope that these houses, being carbon neutral, will provide adequate homes for people that are in desperate need of them. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll bring Councillor Bill Revens in.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Very happy to support this. It's in my ward. Can I just reassure Councillor Smedley, it's less than a mile walk from these homes to the bus stop at the end of Moon Lane, which has got the 21 service, which is twice hourly to both Bridgewater and Taunton, but unfortunately not in the evening. But that's a cross we all must bear. I'm really pleased to see carbon neutral housing. I'm really pleased to see council housing being built in a rural community, and I look forward to us seeing the more detailed plans in due course. My concern is that the previous council houses in rural areas have been largely bought up under the right to buy, and I am concerned that these houses might go down the same route, and I would urge council to look at ways of protecting rural council housing from the right to buy, so that they can still remain accessible to people as part of those village communities. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any response, Leader? No.
I'll just say it's always a thorny issue with regard to right to buy, but with deference to you, Chairman, if we could perhaps ask Mr. Harvey to just come in on that one, because I think he is well aware of the situation.
If you could, please.
Mr. Chairman, members, I mean, the right to buy is a thorny issue, as the leader has just explained. I mean, these homes are being built to service a very acute need from residents of North Newton who need to live and function within that rural community. Certainly, the project team that we're working with, which are local representatives, are keen that these homes remain affordable and remain affordable in the future. There is certainly a sort of short to medium term safety net in place, which is around a purchase cap, for a better description. If we effectively, even if someone were to put in the right to buy, we wouldn't be able to sell those properties for any less than those cost us to build. That's not to say someone couldn't buy it, but there is a safety net there of some description. And as we said previously, we are exploring other options as to how we might protect units like this from the right to buy going forward. We don't have the answer to it. But Mrs. Wellman, myself and other colleagues are actively investigating that. But as soon as we've got an answer or proposals, no doubt we'll be back in front of members.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Councillor Julie Cordner.
Yes, my question was actually the same as Councillor Bill Revens, because it's fantastic that the council is building zero carbon homes, but obviously there has to be the will to protect the huge public investment from passing into private hands, and for these houses becoming, sold under the right to buy scheme.
Thank you. Were you happy with the answer previously given?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Stuart Kingham.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. Yes, I mean, obviously I can't speak too much on this application, but I think schemes of this nature are good. I think all villages needs it to make them grow, to make them become viable. I only wish we could have some in the village I live in, but I would fully support this sort of type of development out in villages.
Oh, thank you for that. And Councillor Gary Wong.
Thank you. You understand part of North Newton is quite to flooding as well. Has that been put into consideration? I presume that would be part of the planning processes, but that's not information included in the briefing.
Duncan, is that one for you? Or?
Well, all I can say is what we're doing here is deciding on finance for the scheme. Anything else will be dealt with by the development meeting and through the planning process. But I'm sure that will be flagged up.
Right, thank you. Any other members wish to comment? Right, got nobody else in the chat room. I'll refer it back to Councillor McGuinty then to say anything else you wish to say, or should we put it straight to the vote?
I'm happy for it to go to the vote, Chairman. I have nothing more to say and look forward to actually being physically able to visit these properties as and when they're finally built.
Melanie, are we going to do the roll call on this one? Or?
Yes, please, Chairman. Yes, if I call everybody's name in turn as I did previously, could you again confirm you've seen and heard everything? Apologies, but I know we've had some members dipping in and out. And can you please say whether you're for, against or abstaining from the recommendation which is outlined in the report? Councillor Barber.
Yes, I heard and saw everything, and I am for this item on the agenda.
Councillor Bartlett.
For.
Thank you. Is Councillor Bayliss here yet? No. Okay, thank you. Councillor Betty.
Yes, I confirm I've heard everything and I'm for the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Bolt.
Yeah, confirm I heard the discussion and I'm for the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Bradford. Oh, he's gone out on this one, hasn't he? Councillor Bruce.
Yeah, I confirm I've heard everything on this one and I'm for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Caswell.
Good afternoon. Unfortunately, I have not heard the whole debate, but if I had, I would vote for it, so I have to abstain.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Clayton.
Yes, everything and for, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Cordiner.
Yes, I've heard the debate and I'm for the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Costello.
Yes, thank you. I've heard the debate and I'm for the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Crowe.
Yes, I heard the recommendation and I'm for it.
Thank you. Councillor Duddridge.
Yeah, I've heard the debate and I'm completely for the recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Dyer. Councillor Dyer.
Yes, I've heard the recommendation. I'm in favour of it, for it.
Thank you. Councillor Facey.
Yes, thank you. Present through the complete presentation, and I'd like to support and for it.
Thank you. Councillor Filmer.
Seen and heard the debate and for the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Finneran.
Yes, I've heard the debate and I support the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Gibson, I'm assuming, is still not here? No. Councillor Gilling.
Thank you. Yes, I can confirm that I've heard and seen everything, and I am, as portfolio holder for housing, clearly in favour of it and will support it.
Thank you. Councillor Glassford.
I've heard the debate. I am totally for it.
Thank you. Councillor Godwin Pearson, sorry.
I've heard and seen the debate and I'm also in favour.
Thank you. Councillor Grimes.
Thank you. I've seen and heard everything and I'm for. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Harvey.
Seen and heard in favour.
Thank you. Councillor Healy. Councillor Healy.
Yeah, sorry, I thought it said I'd seen and heard the debate and I'm totally for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Hendry. Councillor Hendry. No, we'll come back to Councillor Hendry. Councillor Hayward.
I heard the debate and I am for the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Keane.
Did you call me? Yes.
Yes.
I have heard all the debate and I confirm that I support the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Kingham.
Thank you, Melanie. Yes, I've heard all the debate and I'm for the application.
Thank you. Councillor Levy.
Confirm I've heard the debate and I support the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Lilly. Councillor Lilly? No? Okay. Councillor McGuinty.
Thank you, Melanie. Seen and heard the debate and I'm in favour.
Thank you. Councillor Matthews.
Yes, I've seen and heard the debate and I'm in favour of the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Methley.
I've seen and heard the debate and I am for. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Murphy.
Yes, I have seen and heard the debate and I'm for.
Thank you. Councillor Pay.
I've seen and heard the debate and I'm for.
Thank you. Councillor Pearce.
Yes, I've seen and heard the debate and I'm for the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Perry.
Yes, thank you. I've seen and heard the debate and I'm for the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Evans.
Thank you, Mrs. Wellman. I've heard and seen the whole debate and my vote is in favour. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Riches.
Heard the debate, voting for.
Thank you. Councillor Rodriguez.
Yes, I've heard the debate and am for.
Thank you. Councillor Scott.
Yes, thank you. I've seen and heard the debate and I support the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Slocum.
Thank you, Melanie. Seen and heard the debate and I'm in favour. I'm for. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Smedley.
Yes, I've seen and heard this debate and I support the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Wong.
I've seen and heard the debate. I'm in favour.
Thank you very much. And if I could go back to Councillor Hendry, if Councillor Hendry is now here. No. Okay. And finally, Councillor Lilly. Okay, we seem to have lost those two members. Right, I'll now hand over to Mr. Malhewish, who will confirm the outcome of the vote.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wellman and members. I'm pleased to confirm that's a unanimous decision. So there were 3 recommendations from the executive on the 1st of July, as set out in your paperwork, and those are unanimously carried. Thank you very much. We just need to get Councillor Bradford back into the meeting, so if we could just hold for a moment whilst we do that.
Just to note, we've had apologies from John Woodman. You've probably spotted that in the chat.
We are having difficulties getting Councillor Bradford into the meeting. Chairman, obviously Council is quorate, so if you wanted to proceed with business, you can do so, so that we don't hold up proceedings, and we'll try and get him into the meeting in time to take part in the final agenda item.
Thank you. The next item is not controversial, so I'll speak slowly and go through item 7, which is committee places and outside bodies. You have the sheet in front of you. Have there been any amendments to this sheet, Andrew, at all?
No, Chairman. Is as published in the paperwork. There was an amended report that came round just to update to confirm a change on the Homes in Sedgemoor board, with a nomination on there from the Labour group to replace Councillor Lee Gibson, and Councillor Cathy Pearce will, subject to the report being noted today will then become the representative, one of the representatives on the Homes and Sedgemoor board.
Thank you. I'm happy to note that report. I'll take it as a yes unless somebody says no. Excellent. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I did just put something in the. Mr. Chairman, I did just put something in the group in the chat.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry. Bill, Councillor Bill.
Yeah, so yeah, but more than happy to support this. I was just wondering if we could have an update of when we might have the annual meeting. I noticed that other neighbouring councils are proceeding with theirs, and also just to remind that we had an undertaking that we would review outside appointments and how those were made at the last annual meeting, and I hope that hasn't been forgotten in all the excitement since.
No, thank you. Andrew, can you answer that for us?
Yes, obviously with the introduction of the new legislation around remote meetings, one of the parts of that was that we didn't need to hold an annual council meeting. We are still in that position where we aren't going to do that at the current stage. We can run this right the way through until next year if we so wish. Obviously the changes that have come in today allow for the committees just to be updated where there's been the changes in memberships and changing names just going onto the committee, so that suffices for now. And I think it's probably a decision that we may wish to look at. I think because the annual meeting is normally held in a venue where we're all together, it may be at such time when we're in a position to do that, when it's safe to do so, and when guidance and advice from government suggests that can take place. It gives that sort of formality to the the whole sort of process of appointing the chairman and doing those places. So it may be something we review as and when it's perhaps we're in a different time and place to be able to do so.
Excellent. Thank you. Right, if we carry on then, the next item is exempt session. We need to seek to exclude the public and press from the meeting, as in the information contained in the next report is commercially sensitive in accordance with paragraph 3 of part 1
Thank you so much. Bye.
of schedule 12A of the Local Government Act 1972. Could I take that as agreed, members?
So moved.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes, so moved.
Could we confirm there's nobody here that shouldn't be here for this next session? Melanie, Andrew?
Yes, Chairman, if I may, again, I'll need to call out members' names, and if they could confirm that there's no other persons present in the room now that we're moving into that confidential session, I'd be grateful. Thank you. Councillor Barber. Councillor Barber?
Hello. Yes, nobody else is listening in to this item on the agenda.
Thank you. Councillor Bartlett?
Yes, I can confirm there's nobody else present listening.
Thank you very much. Councillor Betty?
Yes, I can confirm there's no one else here.
Thank you. Councillor Bolt?
Likewise, there's nobody else here.
Thank you. Councillor Bradford? Is Councillor Bradford back with us?
I've been thrown. I'm here, I'm back in. Everything.
Thank you.
I'm here, everything, no problem.
And there's nobody else in the room with you, Councillor Bradford?
No, only a cat, no.
Okay, the cat's all right. Councillor Bruce?
Yeah, there's no one in the room with me, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Caswell?
Thank you. I can confirm that I'm in Bridgewater House at the moment, in the same room as Councillor Doddridge, but observing safe distancing.
Lovely, thank you. Councillor Clayton?
On my own, thank you.
Councillor Cordiner?
Yep, I'm in the room alone, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Costello?
Yep, I'm on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Crowe?
Yes, I am alone, unless you count 2 black dogs.
Okay. Councillor Doddridge?
As you might know, I am in a room with Councillor Mike Caswell, socially distanced.
Thank you. Councillor Dyer?
I'm on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Facey?
Yeah, on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Filmer?
Yep, I'm also on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Finneran.
Yes, I'm on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Gilling.
I can confirm I'm on my own, believe it or not that I am.
Thank you. Thank you. Councillor Glassford.
I'm alone.
Thank you. Councillor Godwin Pearson.
In the immortal words of Celine Dion, I'm all by myself.
Impressive. Thank you. Councillor Grimes.
Yes, quite alone.
Thank you. Councillor Harvey.
I'm home alone.
Thank you. Councillor Healy.
Yeah, likewise. My wife left this morning, so I'm definitely alone now.
Hopefully that's not permanently. Councillor Hendry.
Yep, I'm here all by myself, all alone. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Hayward.
I'm all alone.
Thank you. Councillor Keane.
No one is listening in.
Thank you. Councillor Kingham.
Yeah, alone.
Councillor Levy. Thank you.
I'm on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Lilly. No. Councillor McGuinty.
Thank you. Confirm I'm home alone apart from a rather annoying fly at the moment.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Matthews.
Yes, I'm on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Methley.
Yes, I'm on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Murphy. Have we lost Councillor Murphy? Okay, Councillor Pay.
Yes, I can confirm I'm on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Pearce.
Yes, here alone.
Thank you. Councillor Perry.
Yes, thank you. I'm on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Evans.
Thank you. There is snoring in the background, but I can assure you it's canine. I am on my own.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Rodriguez.
Yes, on my own.
Thank you. Councillor Riches.
Yes, alone.
Thank you. Councillor Scott.
Yes, thank you. I'm alone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Slocum.
I can confirm I'm in this room alone, banned the husband, so I'm alone.
Thank you very much. Councillor Smedley.
Yeah, I'm alone.
Thank you. And Councillor Wong.
Alone in my home office.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else that wasn't there when I called their name out? No. Thank you very much.
Councillor Murphy, I'm alone.
Thank you, Councillor Murphy. Thank you very much. Back to you, Chairman.
Just before you hand back to the Chairman, I'm just going to confirm that now we are going to move into the exempt session. The recording of this meeting will now be stopped and then recommence just for the purposes of minute taking, for no other reason than that. It won't be available to the public. So I am just going to pause it momentarily so that there's a break, just so that if the messages come up on the screen, you're aware of what I'm doing.
Okay.